Hi, I'm Mark Duncan, also known as the Fund Coach. And today I want to talk with you about relationship fundraising. Relationship fundraising is the most successful way to raise money for your organization. Almost 80% of all giving comes from individuals. So you should be focusing your fundraising on individuals. And we're going to talk about how you focus your fundraising on individuals with capacity, right? That is what relationship fundraising is. So let me further define this for you. Relationship fundraising is a six-step process that is donor-centered, that is designed for you to convert what I call transactional givers into relational donors to your organization. And so here are the six steps for how you can implement relationship fundraising so that it is successful for your organization. First step is prospecting. You want to take a look at everybody that is in your database, everyone that is in the universe of your organization, whether they are a parent, a user of your services, an alum, a board member, a friend of the organization. You want to take a look at everyone to make sure that you don't miss anybody, right? And what you're looking for is when we move to the second step, and that is to confirm capacity. So, what does this mean? You want to make sure that you, as a nonprofit leader who has a lot to do, is spending time only with those individuals who have the capacity to give $1,000, $2,500, $5,000, whatever that number is for your organization, whatever you decide is a major gift for your organization, that's the minimum amount that the people that you want to spend time with have the capacity to give. So, how do we do this? First and foremost, if you are not engaged or have never done wealth screening of your database, I would encourage you to do so. Wealth screening is not just for capital campaigns. Wealth screening is something that you should be doing all the time because you should be spending time with individuals who have capacity. And the only way to know who they are is through wealth screening. One of the only ways to know who they are. The other is through just sort of anecdotal conversations that you may have. You want to make sure your board is taking a look at the list because they may know people who have capacity, or they may be able to say, oh, yeah, I know this person has the ability to give $1,500 or $2,500. So you just want to do whatever you can to make sure that you have narrowed down the pool of donors or prospects that you have into a list of folks that you know have the capacity to give in a significant way. That's important. And there are really three criteria that fall into this second step of confirming their capacity. One is link to your organization. And I just said this: donor, former user of your services, an alum, family member, parents, volunteers. There's some link to your organization. Second is interest. Are they interested in your mission? And if so, how strong is that interest, right? If there's interest at all, that's good enough. You are going to strengthen that interest. You're going to grow that interest with the work that you do with that donor. So if it's there, that's great. That's an opportunity. And third is ability, which is their capacity to be able to give. So link, interest, and ability, really, really important when you want to confirm their capacity. Third, once we've done that, now we move into establishing and building rapport. So now they go from being a name on a list to actual contacts that you're trying to make, relationships that you're trying to build. Your objective is now to get in front of them. And there's a whole host of ways you can do that by inviting them to events or setting up coffee with them or asking your board members to assist you in making those connections. But that's the next step. You got to get in front of these folks. We can sit here and we look at names on a paper, look at names on a spreadsheet all day long, but fundraising doesn't happen, especially relationship fundraising doesn't happen unless you start and make that first step and get in front of them and begin to establish and build rapport and build trust in them as it relates to your organization and as you with you as a leader. That's key. You are representing your organization when you are meeting with them. So you want to make sure that when you are establishing and building that rapport, that you're conveying to them that you are the right person to lead and that what you are doing for the people that you serve are all the right things that need to be done to make sure they're getting the best possible services that they can get. Once we've done that, now we move into the thing that most people uh, don't look forward to, and that's making the ask. Now, I recognize and I know, and I can tell you from experience that making the ask can actually be, scary. But if you do exactly what I'm telling you to do, when it comes time to make the ask, you are going to know that your donor is not only ready for the ask, but so are you, right? You're ready to make that connection, right? So when you do that, you want to be clear, you want to be direct, and you want to be specific. You want to be clear about what you're asking for. You want to be direct as to how that is going to help the people that you serve. They need to have clear understanding of what those dollars are going to do. And most importantly, you need to be specific about how much you're asking for. Really, really, really important. Okay. And then the next step, once you've done that, we move into closing the deal. Okay. So, yes, make the ask, close the deal, two separate steps. And it's really important because when you're closing the deal, this is where the real work happens. You've made the ask, you've gotten past that very difficult, challenging part. But now we actually have to make sure that we get those dollars in the door. Okay. So you need to understand, if the donor says yes, you need to be clear on how they want to go about making the gift, when they want to make the gift. Do they want to make the gift over a period of time? And exactly what those dollars are going to be used for so that there's absolute clarity. So when it's time to actually start getting those dollars, whether it's in one payment or several payments over time, you've then closed the deal and it's really, really clear on how this money is going to help your organization. So once we've done that, now we move into acknowledging generosity. So, of course, you're going to say thank you when you get that gift, when you close that deal. But you're not just going to say thank you when you get the gift. You've got to stay connected to your donors. You've got to convey to them over a period of time the return on the investment that they made in you, your leadership, and your mission so that they can see their dollars at work. So periodic emails, having them come back and seeing your mission in action, perhaps hearing testimonials from the people that you serve, seeing throughout the year how their dollars are working without you asking them for another gift in that time period. Because when that year is up and when it's time to talk to them again about giving, they're already going to know how their dollars work. They're already going to know the impact that they've made. And so when you come back and ask them again for a gift, not only are they going to say yes, but if you ask them for more, they will give you more because of this work that you've done. So let's go back and review prospecting, confirming capacity, establish and build rapport, making the ask, closing the deal, and acknowledging generosity. You do all of these things, and I guarantee you, you will be very, very successful in raising dollars for your organization, which ultimately does the work that you have committed to do. Because at the end of the day, fundraising is not about the dollars. It's about what the dollars do for the people that you serve. Thanks.